What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Supes channel. My name is Ramos, and on this channel I aim to entertain, inform, and inspire using the topic of discussion as always, which is superheroes. So guys, today we have a ton of very interesting and important information to break down for Deadpool and Wolverine. None of the information that we're going to be talking about today is going to spoil anything for the movie. This is just information that I think everyone should hear and be aware of going into this film to set expectations, to kind of just prep you for what you're about to experience with this film. July has been a great month so far, and guys, it's only gonna get better. We're obviously building up at the end of the month with Deadpool and Wolverine coming out, but then that same weekend we also have Comic-Con, where Kevin Feige is gonna be going on stage at Hall H and making some pretty exciting announcements. And damn, as just like a Marvel fan, like dude, we are back, bro. We are back. We're gonna be getting a ton of exciting stuff very freaking soon, and I'm just excited to cover it all with you guys. I want to remind you guys that I'm also putting together a massive fan event for Deadpool and Wolverine, the Supes Deadpool and Wolverine fan experience. This is going down on July 25th here in Los Angeles. So if you guys want to join me and a ton of other freaking crazy fans together to watch this film and celebrate it together in person, well then cop some tickets. Links are down below in the description of this video. So Deadpool and Wolverine has been a bit of a wild card because unlike a film like Spider-Man No Way Home, going into Deadpool and Wolverine, there's not a lot of concrete evidence to really set our expectations on who's going to show up in this film, or how big the film is actually going to be in regards to the overall multiverse and the story that's building towards Avengers Secret Wars. Going into a film like Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, a lot of us had expectations that that film would have been a lot bigger than it actually was. And, you know, even though I enjoyed Multiverse of Madness, there was a ton of people that were let down because their expectations were too high. So now, even though all of our expectations were surpassed with a film like Spider-Man No Way Home, now looking to Multiverse of Madness, you know, a lot of people didn't have their expectations met. But now, I feel like Deadpool and Wolverine is like the third film in this kind of like saga of films we've been getting within the multiverse saga. Now with Deadpool and Wolverine, how do you set your expectations going into this film? Well, for me personally, I'm just going in to see Deadpool and Wolverine and be entertained by those two. I know other people are going to show up in this film. I don't know who's going to show up in this film, but I know other people are going to show up in this film. And regardless of whoever shows up, it's all just a cherry on top, as long as I'm going in to focus on a Deadpool and Wolverine driven story. Now, it's recently been reported that Deadpool and Wolverine actually reaches the heights of an Avengers level story, similar to that of Captain America Civil War. I think this makes total sense, and the reason that I say this is because even though this film is just being marketed with Deadpool and Wolverine, again, a huge piece of the marketing of this film is that they are coming to the MCU. They are finally in a universe, and this is a film where they can interact with other characters that are a part of a greater universe. And I think Marvel is going to flex that in this film. They're going to flex the fact that Deadpool can be on the same screen as the Avengers. Deadpool can be on the same screen as a lot of other characters we've seen throughout the MCU. I think Marvel is going to flex that because, you know, when it comes to just Deadpool and Wolverine, we could have gotten a buddy cop movie with both these characters when they were at Fox. And that was actually the original plan for Deadpool 3 back when, you know, they were coming off of the heels of Deadpool 2 back in 2018. However, now that this film is set in the MCU and they can interact with other characters, I think Marvel is going to flex that. Now, this is an extremely important piece of information to set expectations because the director himself, Shawn Levy, has come out and talked about the cameos in this film. And he said, there's a lot of characters who will pop up in Deadpool and Wolverine, but he did clarify that we didn't want any of the cameos or characters to be the story of the movie. So like I said, guys, I think the best mentality to going into this film is to just go in for Deadpool and Wolverine and you'll be happy, and anyone else who shows up will just be a cherry on top of everything else. Because now we know, Shawn Levy has set the stage. He set the stage himself. Characters are going to show up in this film. We know that. However, that doesn't mean Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man is going to show up, Chris Evans' Captain America is going to show up. No, a lot of the stuff that, you know, is just like a lot of those crazy out there theories are more likely to happen in a film like Avengers Secret Wars, which this film will directly set up, than instead of all of that stuff just happening right here. And a huge part of this that makes it so exciting is that, again, Shawn Levy himself has confirmed that a lot of characters show up in this film, but we don't even know who the hell is gonna show up. You know what I'm saying? I've said this time and time again. Going into No Way Home, we kind of freaking already knew that we were gonna see Tobey and Andrew show up in that. But going into this film, who can freaking show up? Are we gonna see, some of the OG X-Men? Are we gonna see some MCU characters? Are we gonna see, the Fantastic Four? Like, there is no telling who we can see in this film. I mean, one thing we know we are going to see for sure is other variants of both Deadpool and Wolverine. And even that is a secret because we don't know which actors are going to come and play the different variants of these characters, or if it's all just going to be Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman. There is so much that is going to go down in this film that we know is actually happening. We just don't know who's playing these characters or what are the specific versions of characters that are showing up. But one thing is for certain, and that's that this is going to be the biggest Marvel movie to set up the next couple of Avengers films. And guys, I think it's extremely intentional that Deadpool and Wolverine is dropping on July 25th. And then 2 days later, Kevin Feige is hopping on that stage on Hall H, one of the biggest stages, and he's going to announce likely a ton of different new Marvel projects that are on the way. But just to give us more clarity on what's to come with the future of the MCU. Imagine we see a ton of the crazy stuff that's going to happen in Deadpool and Wolverine, and then Kevin Feige actually talks about it on stage, Hall H, 2 days later on that Saturday. So again, going into Deadpool and Wolverine, I feel like it's really important to set expectations, because if you set them too high, then you might come out of this film feeling a little disappointed. But now, looking at the evidence that's been laid out, looking at the things that the directors and actors themselves have directly said and told us, the expectations have been set, and now we gotta go into this film for Deadpool and Wolverine and everyone else who shows up, which we know for sure other people are gonna show up, but that's just gonna be a cherry on top. So, with that being said, let me know in the comment section down below, who do you guys think is gonna show up in this film? What are your expectations? What are your thoughts going into this film? We all know, a lot of us are really excited, and I feel like when we are excited, it's very easy to kind of jump the gun a little bit, but now I feel like, again, with the evidence and with what Sean Levy said earlier today, now I feel like that just gets us in the perfect space and preps us for Deadpool and Wolverine. So let me know in the comment section down below all of your thoughts on what we talked about in today's video. Like this video, subscribe, hit that bell notification on my channel to get notified for future videos. And with that being said, thank you guys for watching this one. I love you guys 3000. I'll see you guys next time.